The pain of parting is nothing to the joy of meeting again. And how joyous indeed it is to be back at Silverstone once more for the British Grand Prix. The queues to get in this morning extended miles back down the A43, such is the enthusiasm for Formula One in this country. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Vettel, Red, Max Verstappen and Norris, Magnussen, Butler, Raikkonen and Roman Grosjean, Hülkenberg, Ricciardo, Charles Leclerc and Sainz, Perez, Albon, Lance Stroll and Lucas Faber, Russell and Pierre Gasly picks up the final grid slot today. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Some big moves there. We're up to 4th due to a penalty. Everybody, it's time for the Silverstone Grand Prix. In the rain.
Okay, watch out at the race start. There will be faster cars trying to get past. See if you can hold them off.
Now the strategy here says that it's so rainy we'd never change tires, but if you look at the weather forecast at about what is that, 5/8? How many is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Why is there 7? At 5/7 of the way through the race, we are going to have light rain, so it may come down to, at the end of the race, a tire change to inners. That won't be fun. I will put more fuel on board because I always use a lot more fuel in the rain, so I'm gonna go way overboard there and put a lot of fuel in. It's just more weight, right? More weight, more water displacement. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a real low RPM start. Probably go down to power mode 3 even. Not too bad. Spun him in 4th though. Holy mist! This is some heavy rain. Boy, I am driving by feel right now. I do not really know where the track is. It's so much just using the cars around you as reference, too. I feel like at this track, the AI are probably just gonna slaughter me in the rain. And if I drop back to even like 10th place, I'm okay with that. I just want to keep the car on track. I just want to have a clean race in the rain here. And it's my only goal. It's a shame to lose out on potential points. But it's kind of just a personal goal of mine. I wanna be able to say that I made the best of this race. I didn't let the rain beat me. Again. Front few are starting to step out. Yeah, you can feel it already. Just even going down the straightaways, AI are just way faster than me. Being the only car. Whoa, that's a wet curb. Don't hit that one again. The only car without traction control in a field of cars with traction control is rough. I'll try not to be too gripey about it. Just gonna focus and do the best I can with it. Kind of missed the dry lane there. Really missed it here. I'm out. Out ice skating. Oh, that was close. Might not be bad to have a car to follow, to be honest. Someone that's a little bit closer to my car's pace. Oh, he's just able to get to the power so much better there. Pretty wild. So it's like Yay, I'm not, you know, out on my own. I have somebody to follow. But boo, I have the mist and I can't see where I'm going. Hopefully it doesn't rain this heavy the whole race. I think if it goes down to like inners, then we might have a fighting chance. Well, it feels like we're really lethargic on the straightaways. Excuse me. Just barge your way in, why don't you? What in the hell? Seriously? That was a little ridiculous. I'm sure he was skating around, but I could not find the track there. Absolutely ran us over. Ah, man, it's just so frustrating watching them drive around perfect as could be. Okay, alright. Getting down to the power a little bit better right there. Feeling okay about it. I wish, as much as I've dedicated to these games and as well as the series has done for me, I do wish I had some kind of like soapbox to stand on to actually like speak to Codemasters and try to have some kind of shape on the development of the game. Because I would certainly... My thoughts are that this is the best F1 game they've ever made. No doubts. This is the first time since, like, 2014 that I feel like they've made a game that is just an absolute good product that is better than their previous titles and is a no question buy for me. So there's so much good there. But I worry that because it, you know, is now working better, they're going to just kind of forget about development stuff. They're gonna never even try to fix some of these weather-related issues. I guess the problem is, how many people play the game like this? How much of the, you know, millions of people that buy this game, how many of them actually play in simulation mode? You know, how many of them are not using traction control? How many of them are using a wheel even? So, such a small amount of people are playing the game like this. Why take the time to improve the experience? If you were using a controller and you had ABS on, you had traction control on, you would probably be driving around pretty much like they are. You know, never getting squirrely, just being on track, going slower than if it was dry, but not really any major drama. I don't know, it just feels like an opportunity missed. Missed? Huh? Missed? They're gonna make the environment such as having 4 rain races in half a season. At least take advantage of it. At least make the races as entertaining as they are in real life. The entertaining part of watching them in real life is the chaos that ensues. Watching multi-million-dollar F1 cars with multi-million-dollar F1 drivers spin, dance around, slide, skid, lock them up.
Light rain will stay with us for at least 20 minutes, maybe more. Light rain is here to stay.
Right, light rain now, so the heavy rain is gone. This may switch to inners. Could very well switch to inners. The track is definitely drying. The times are dropping. I'm starting to feel a little bit more comfortable. Not super comfortable, but I'm getting there. I'm pleased with the amount of gap we've been losing to Verstappen here lately. He's been a little stuck behind Norris, which is good. Best of the rest would be a race victory today. If we were in Norris's spot, that's victory for me.
I definitely think we need to stay on this tyre a bit longer, but there's no question that the track is drying. We might be in a position to change soon.
Okay, so I gotta be prepared for that. I am not changing until they say to. I will not do that again. I want none of the blame on my shoulders, basically. Nice little gap forming behind us, just Magnussen really hanging with us. Definitely see the times are dropping. Surprised we're not seeing fast laps. Maybe this lap will be the one. I even kind of stepped away from Magnussen a little bit here. It seems like maybe my car was set up real poorly for the heavy rain, but now that the rain's chilling out, it's starting to come to us a bit. Well, I love this section, and it is so hairy in the rain, but it's still really fun. Greens, not purples. It's possibly because these tires are pretty worn. Well, not pretty worn, but they have some wear in them. I don't know at what point they start to stop working, you know what I mean? Like, at what point do the wets become slow based off there not being enough water for them to work? So it's interesting to see like the touring cars, as in like the Formula One touring cars, like the cars for show. They always have like intermediates or wets on them, and they drive them in the dry for these shows. Boy, that's gotta be no fun.
Engine is looking a little worn. Power output will be less than optimal.
That's fine for the rain. I put in the very first power unit we had. It had about 44% on it. I figured that would be safe for this race. Especially if it's going to rain, we're not going to need a max power output engine. After this race, we're probably going to have to go through the inventory and put a bunch more new stuff on it. Feels like maybe things have started to shift the other way. These tires are not in the track nearly as much as they were the lap before, and the cars behind me are also starting to struggle a bit. I don't know what the wear looks like, but they gotta wear really fast if there's not enough water. Bunch of cars just pit, so we'll probably be going this next time. This will be an important lap for me. versus the cars pitting already. Although they haven't actually called me in yet. Like I said, I'm not pitting until they tell me to. I highly doubt they would have AI put on inners too early. It's not impossible they had them put on more wets. I don't know what the wear looks like on these things. Not too bad. There's no reason they'd go for more wets. I think you can see that they're just not working as well anymore. Temps are coming up. You can also tell Magnussen's not struggling nearly as much as I am. So that's a bit rough. Why we no pit? I guess Kimmy had priority this lap? Yep, that's what it was. So we get screwed being the number 2 driver.
Kimmy is in for
They should have pit us that lap early. That's what they should have done. See how badly we get undercut. Probably pretty bad. Still have not called us in, for the record.
Tyre condition seems A-OK to us on the wall here. Let us know if you feel them going off too much.
I said I was going to do whatever they said, but...
Check your MFD
okay, there it is.
for a new strategy option. Confirmed.
Here we go. Give it max power here to try and offset the tire degradation. And lose as little time on this lap as possible, but I can see we're losing time. This inner's gonna be way quicker. Hey, we didn't lead a lap. Botas stayed out. I thought we were leading right now. Botas must be way ahead. I'm gonna shove this thing on the pit road. Mag didn't pit? He didn't. What a fool. What a fool. Unless the tires were just not ready yet. They are putting us on inners. Yeah, they said inner. Couple more behind me coming in. Let's see where we come out. I don't know how this is gonna shake down. I also don't know that was gonna be our last stop either. Depends how dry it gets.
Exit now.
It's like about P8. Yep. Probably P9. Pretty costly for us.
Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound.
Costly, but not a disaster. Alright, let's see how these tires are holding up in these conditions. The good news is we'll have a little bit newer tire than everybody, so maybe they'll last to the end of the race a little bit better. But that was certainly not a good strategy. We should have pit that lap sooner, I believe. It would have been a sketchy lap, but we wouldn't have lost nearly as much time. Oh yeah, completely different. Miles more grip.
Caution, caution.
Caution up ahead.
Caution, caution, yellow flags ahead. No overtaking through the caution zone. Be careful until you see the greens.
Oh, Leclerc just hit his teammate.
Okay, clear.
Vettel was slow, and I could just see it out of the corner of my eye. I'm pretty sure that Vettel was slow and Leclerc just ran into the back of him. I think that's what I saw anyway. Or maybe it was just a driver error, but there was bits falling off his car. You wouldn't lose bits unless you hit something. Yeah, I think Vettel was slow, like Vettel had a momentary failure or something. Well, that's interesting. That puts us back to P6. Not too bad. This rain is getting really light, I feel. I don't know that this is going to end with rain. This might end with a dry out. Car is definitely way better suited for these conditions. If it does totally dry out, I think we're gonna have something that just absolutely slays. It's not impossible that Vettel had something, wrong with his car too. He's not necessarily getting away from us. Purple middle sector. And Hamilton puts fast lap in. Because, of course, he does. Hamilton in the rain in Silverstone, that's like... You couldn't write a better race for him to win. But Vettel takes fast lap. Cone Dodger takes fast lap. Suck it, Hamilton. How's it feel? Kept doing that to me in qualifying. Well, that's wild. How bad off I felt in the full rain versus how much better it feels on these inners. We got a nice gap behind us, which is good. I don't feel a lot of pressure on me. I don't know that I have anything to catch Vettel, but it's going to be kind of just keeping pace with him for the moment. Car feels pretty similar this lap. Still wash and wide right there. I feel like I could make up a lot of time if I would get that right. Just grains this lap. That means we're gonna lose our fast lap, but that's okay. And it was Hamilton, of course. Oh, it's slippery out there. Be careful. These curbs are probably still slippery too.
This light rain is going to be with us for a while now.
All right, so the sand's gonna kind of just stay like this. I thought maybe turn 1 was feeling good enough for a regular line. It is not. Just testing it, Now, who is that in 4th? Is that Norris? That might be somebody we could contend with, because Vettel's definitely catching him. It's still really pretty early into this race. Plenty of time left to go. I don't know that these tires will make it to the end. Intermediates usually wear pretty quickly.
The track is drying, but it's going to take a while to clear the standing water off the line. Don't start thinking about slicks just yet.
I am certainly not thinking about slicks. I'm a little concerned you even said the word. There we go, that's better. That's much better. Yeah, that made it purple. Comes down into the 43s. As he do. As he do. Vettel is unquestionably catching Norris. That's good news for us. Remember, my goal is best of the rest. I don't care about beating the Mercedes. I don't care about beating Ferraris. But I want to beat the McLaren up there. But I think it's Norris. I'm only partially sure. Worried I'm getting a little too comfortable with the car. Starting to let it slide around and do some weird things. Our position is still pretty good. No reason to really risk it too much. At some point we are going to have to save fuel in this race. That is for sure. Curbs are still a little scary. I got it now. Got that figured out. That was a huge sector. Track is definitely drying. Times are consistently dropping lap to lap. Feels a bit more like a rain race. Like, this feels better, as much as I griped. Pretty darn good here. 43.4. I'm surprised that wasn't a quick lap. I don't know what Hamilton's was. Well, we just made up a ton in turn one. And the back got away. Easy, that's what I'm talking about. I'm really starting to push my boundaries. But man, it's just no fun to not push your boundaries, you know? If you're not trying everything, it's really just not very fun. Which is why I'd make a terrible F1 driver. Restraint is a big part of this. Quite a gaggle forming up ahead of us. Gaggles are good. Gaggles are self-inflicting pain to a lap time. Hamilton continues to go faster. I'm not really finding time at the moment, though. Almost feels like Bottas maybe has a problem, because he is much slower than the two in front of us. While they gaggle, feels like... Oh, I think they just had contact.
Green flag.
Definitely did. Vettel into Bottas.
It seems they fixed whatever the problem was.
Ah.
Coming back up to speed.
Bottas did have a problem, they just didn't tell me. Hello, Mist. You were not missed. Lewis Hamilton's out of the session! Fastest car of the day, leader of the
Yellow
race,
flag.
just blew up. Well, this race just continues to get weirder and weirder. He pulls off safely. That puts us P5. No, that's not. I'm not gonna say a word. So Bottas had a problem. They fixed it, and then Hamilton had a problem, but it was terminal. Did I just lose a gear, or did I hit it twice? I think I hit it twice, or maybe my button like got sticky or something. I feel like I only hit it once. Whatever happened, I'm lucky to have escaped of it without a spin. Going down to second gear there. So Verstappen's winning, I think. After being a jerk to us. Alright, go back to standard mix now. I didn't even see if that'll get around Bottas. Not really interested in either of those. I'm only interested in the one in front of them. Times continue to drop. I also have a little draft now too. This might be a quick lap for us. If the track continues to dry, this won't stand even if it is a quick lap. A little too greedy. You got to admit, it's pretty entertaining watching me with TC off in the rain. It's certainly a very different experience. As bad as it is for my prospective lifespan, thanks to the increased and constant heart rate, it's at least entertaining for me. I enjoy watching them back. After all these years of doing this series, it's pretty cool. Now Norris is definitely holding up. These two in front of me. It wasn't a quick lap. Last few sectors were pretty garbage. Haven't heard any calls of tires being wrong or having to pit again. Wear looks okay. It might be good to the end, depending on what the weather does. No pressure from behind, which is good. Bottas trying a heck of a move right there. I was kind of lifting, expecting a crash. They're still side by side. I think. I can barely see them.
Caution, caution.
Another leader down! Verstappen blew up. This is wild. Norris is the current leader. Can you imagine the crowds at this track if that was reality? Can you imagine? I just heard the crowd cheer. Well, praise be, the game has delivered us an actual wild rain race today.
We're still happy that we're on the right tyres at the moment.
Maybe not for all the right reasons, but it's trying. Save some fuel while we're, no, the other way, while we're stuck behind these two. 3, really. Norris starting to pull away a little bit. Got a little extra inspiration. Still absolutely nobody behind us. Couldn't be a better situation for us. Crowd still cheering. You just love to hear it. He's got a lot of pressure from Vettel, though. He is quicker. Well, this is one of those ones where I get nervous, like hoping everything worked with the recording, because you can't replicate this. This could never be done again. There's no reason it wouldn't be working, but it just goes through my head. There he goes. Oh, he's taking the fight back to him, though. He didn't just let him have it. Too wide through here is tight, and Vettel takes it. And the crowd goes unwild. I swear it's starting to rain more again, but I think it's just the mist. Saved plenty of energy and fuel at this point. It's slow through there.
Turbocharger is on its last legs. Let's try to keep mileage on it to a minimum.
That's not how this works, Jeff. Shut your face. I mean, if I'm allowed to use the short course, I'll do it. It's not even on its last legs. It's still got like 45% to go. Norris seems like he's
left of this rain, then we think it's going to dry up. 10 minutes.
Norris still seems like he's trying for something. 10 minutes, 5 laps, 1 minute 43-second laps. It looks like we're gonna stay on these tires to the end. It looks like this is the race for the win. Norris goes for it again down there. They're pushing each other around. Me and Botas are just spectators at this point. They just got really, really good seats. I don't think that worked well in Norris's favor, though.
Okay, looks like some of those puddles are clearing. We're still on the right time for the time being, but we're not a million miles away from slick conditions.
Boy, it's so hard to see down there with all the mist. There's way too much mist for this to be ever be talked about being possible slick conditions. If I start to see that cloud dissipate, maybe. But especially in Sector 3. Honestly, it feels like Norris probably used up his energy in his tires. Front two are going to get away, but
There's 5 laps of fuel remaining.
I have just one driver in focus now. And we have saved energy. Alright, we've seen where they've been making moves. I'm not a big fan of where they've been making moves.
Careful on the tyres. Our data is showing some wear. Most likely you'll be able to feel it.
Good timing. Sorry, British fans. I'm sorry. I gotta do it though. Using that max energy. Now we're out of the mist a little bit more. Try and click off a good one here. I gotta try to not do what he did and overuse the car. I really didn't to get around him. So just watch this fight ahead of us. If they get to racing each other, you never know what might happen. I have been fighting a stomach bug this week. My stomach has felt awful. It currently feels like I just got punched in the stomach, but I don't think it has anything to do with the stomach bug. Maximum nerves. That'll step it away a little bit there. Sorry, engine.
Okay, we're reaching a danger point with the wear on the MGUH.
Shut up.
Overheating the engine will exacerbate the issue,
Yeah,
so
well.
keep the temps under control.
What do you want me to do? Just lift? Lose the podium? Is that what you want?
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
Alright. We've really gapped Norris now. Ho ho, baby! That was as close as it's been this entire race. That was dicey. Oof. I wonder if those rears were starting to get a little hot. It's definitely getting drier. I'm gonna hope it doesn't shelf here and we lose too much speed. Temps look alright. It's just been a momentary thing. Now I think the tires are starting to go. Yeah, 50%. If I know how Codemaster's percentages work, 50% is 0%. As in 0% left. That's an old school throwback Codemasters joke. So Boto's getting a little slidey on entry there. Not much, but just a little. We're all gonna really be struggling on these tires. happy with that gap to Lando. Vettel has definitely driven off at this point. He's got a big enough gap that he doesn't have to worry. Making it a little easier on the exits right now. That slide kind of spooked me.
There's only one lap of fuel remaining.
Perfect amount. We're in a position to pass right here. It's going to save some energy. I don't need this position, but I want it. Vettel making sure he gets his 1 point.
Looks like the weather is going to dry up in about 5 minutes.
Great, the podium celebration will be wonderful. Nah, I didn't get a great exit right there. I got one more place that I really think I have a chance. And it was here. It wasn't close enough. Come on, draft. Might be too little too late. I basically just intentionally kicked it out there so it would slide in front of him without having to miss the apex. Heck yeah!
Great drive, great drive. We're really happy with that performance.
That goes down in the record books right there. That is the best rain race I've ever driven. It's probably the best rain race I'll ever drive.
Well, what a drive that was.
2 leaders out of the race gave us opportunity to do this. Even if it wasn't for second.
That set them apart from the competition today?
What a
Keeping
race.
their tyre temperatures up in the tricky wet conditions was really important. There's not much grip out there at the best of times, and it's 10 times worse if you're out there on cold tyres.
Here come our winners now. A thrilling race and a
Back to back.
tremendous effort by Ferrari. Their history is well known, so it's no surprise to fans the world over to see them come out on top once again.
Back to back.
So let's review the updated driver's standings. With that brilliant result, Sebastian Vettel secures top spot in the Drivers' Championship. Let's focus on the driver of the day, Anthony Davidson. Who do you pick?
Lance Stroll certainly put in an impressive performance today. No doubt his team and fans are extremely proud.
Let's move on
Lot
to
of
the
movers.
constructors. Ferrari take the lead at the top of the table. Another team that will be satisfied with this Grand Prix is Alfa Romeo, whose good result moves them further up the championship. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action. I can't wait to see what's next.
Oh man, up to 4th for Alpha. We are personally up to 7th. That is number 2 of the best of the rest. What a race. What a race. Let's look at the highlights. There was a lot in this one. This one stayed pretty action-packed the whole time. It wasn't one of the ones that the start of it was crazy because of the rain and it just kind of separated out. No. This stayed pretty close the whole time. I may have, I mean, I put some tires off here or there, and I had some slides here or there, but I'm pretty darn proud of the drive through the rain there. I think I'm most proud actually of that first few laps where I was no good on the full wets. Like the car wasn't happy. I handled Verstappen pushing us out of the way and just kind of dealt with it. It worked out. But then once we got to the inners, the car just came to life. Close fight here with Magnussen. Those water drops aren't moving. Come on, you gotta have some kind of clip of a slide, right? Probably not. Oh man. All the adrenaline's draining out of my system now. Come on, we gotta have those last passes in there though. They have to be highlights, right? Please. Pretty please. There we go. Here we go. Such a good race in front of us too. Oh man, you missed the one on Lando? Silly game. Please tell me you at least have the one on Bottas. I don't know what this is going to be. Just a turn. Just a highlight of a turn. A little bit of a slide there. Oh, we're already ahead of him. These highlights are terrible. Oh, man. Alright, recording. Please have worked. I'm going to advance. Whew.
Amazing.
Hey, the rain's gone.
Out there. I'm sure you're pretty happy with that.
You think?
You must be feeling good about winning your battle with your old F2 rival, Devon.
I do, but the team's the real stars here.
You've had experience with Devon's fast, aggressive style. Any advice for the drivers he passed today?
You have to be as determined as he is. And you have to have a great. Okay. Oh, that was Alpha.
You must be thrilled to be up on the podium.
Sure, we'll make the aero department happy. That's a freebie.
You're beating all expectations.
And chassis. Nice. Alright, they should all be ecstatic.
Appreciate your time.
Good deal. I'm riding on cloud 9 right now. I've never raced that good in the rain before. Never. I thought I already won that. Whatever. We're leading versus Kimmy now. We got our 500 resource points there. Huge boost. Wow. Alpha's ecstatic with us. I bet you we're going for #1 status here soon. Good stuff.
Excellent result today.
1,800 resource
Finishes
points.
like that will look good on your contract reviews. On to the next one.
It better. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching. Sorry that's not a 2-race weekend, but boy, that one race ought to be enough entertainment for, well, the rest of the season, hopefully, because you never know what might happen. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.